Hi friends, this is Marin. Welcome to Homeschool Unrefined, the podcast where we keep homeschool simple, real, and fun. What you're about to hear is an excerpt from our Patreon feed. This content is normally available exclusively for patrons, but we wanted to share it here because we know Patreon can be kind of a mystery. So we're pulling back the curtain and sharing some of this exclusive content with you. Supporters get bonus content like this dropped right into their podcast app regularly. Episodes include extended guest interviews and conversations about self-care, books, and shows we're loving, and a lot more. Supporters also have access to a fantastic community where we dive deeper into episode topics and brainstorm everything from math curriculum to meal planning. We want to say a big thank you to our current patrons. Your support really does help make this podcast possible. If you're interested in joining Patreon and getting access to these rewards for less than the price of a Netflix subscription, click the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/homeschoolunrefined. Okay, and now we hope you enjoy this chat.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
This is another LTW extra we just wanted to give to our $8 supporters. We heard from so many of you last time that you liked it, so we're going to try and do it again.
Yeah, thank you for the feedback. We love that. That really helps us.
Yep. Yeah.
And we love doing this too.
Yeah, we want to give you what you want.
Yeah.
So it helps to hear what you want.
Yeah, for sure. For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And these are fun and easy, so
yeah,
I like to do them.
I didn't realize how many things I really am loving this week until we started doing these.
Well, what's funny is it's so interesting because when you have to pick just one for the weekly podcast.
Yeah. It's hard. Pressure.
Sometimes
pressure.
hard. It's hard to think. Like, I think there isn't any. Sometimes, some weeks I'm like, I don't have anything.
I know.
But now that we're naming like a bunch of things, now I have so many.
Yes. I think
it's mental.
I think it's, yeah, for sure. It's mental. I think there's pressure to do like the perfect right thing for the LTWs when you have to pick one.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, I'm just really loving a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I also like that we're kind of talking about, do you love this or not like this?
Yeah.
I kind of like that too.
We don't have to be loving it.
Exactly. We can just
Doesn't
press
have
us
to be
through
our
it.
favorite. We can
Let's
process
decide
it.
if we like it or love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so do you want to get started?
Sure.
Okay, are we starting with books?
Let's start with books.
Why don't you go first?
Okay. I don't have that many since last time. But I have a couple. So we've talked in our Voxer group about how I have a hard time listening to fiction.
Yeah.
Like on audio.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a hard time with that too?
I do sometimes, and it depends on the book. It really depends on the book. But yeah, it can be harder to get into.
Right. I feel like my mind wanders but what's funny is like if I'm listening to a podcast, it doesn't matter what it's about. I'm always focused. Like even if it's like a fictional or a story driven podcast, I'm listening. So I'm trying to figure out what it is about an audiobook that is really hard for me to concentrate. And I don't know what it is, but this is a long story to say that I had bought a fiction audiobook a while ago on a 2-for-1 sale.
Yeah.
I can get sucked in by those.
Get you every time.
And it's called The Female Persuasion by Meg Wolitzer. And I've heard a lot of people really like this book, so that's why I bought it on a sale. And then I was kicking myself, like, why did you get this? It's fiction. You know you can't listen to fiction on audio. But I tried it anyway, and I really got into it. And I think I think what I have to do is like concentrate hard for the first hour or half an hour or whatever. Like with no distractions. Then once I'm in it, then I have no problems concentrating. Once I know the story and like all the characters and everything, I'm invested, and then I had no problem. So
listen, that's how I feel about reading a book.
In general.
I have to work really hard no matter what.
Yeah, I do too. So. Like when I'm reading with my eyes, the first few chapters, I have to work really hard. So I think I just need to do that with audio. So I really enjoyed it. I listened to the whole thing. It was hours long.
Good.
I loved it. Well, I think I gave the book 4 stars out of 5. It's
great.
It's really
on
good. It wasn't amazing on Goodreads. Yeah, that's where I keep track of all my reading, just because it's easy. for me, and then I don't forget.
I know there's a lot of people love Goodreads and a lot of people
aren't into it. Yeah.
So I'm wondering what your thoughts are on that.
I just like it for pure record keeping of what I'm reading. And I like at the beginning of the year you can set a goal.
Yeah.
So I like that. So, and then it tells me how much progress I've made on my goal. That's when I go into Goodreads.
That's great. It's just like my smart water bottle.
Yeah.
It's like all those things that are like keeping track for you.
Right. So I do like that. I don't write any reviews. I just give it a star rating, and that's it.
Okay, yeah.
So,
and is that social? Is it like, do people see your ratings?
It's like a social. Yeah. So I have a lot of
it
friends.
social?
I don't think you do. No, you can just have it.
Okay, so you have friends on Goodreads.
I do.
Okay.
I don't think they probably watch what I'm reading. It's just like if any of my friends read books, it shows up in my feed, which I don't even look at. I only go in to record my books.
Social network like that. I didn't know that.
Kind of,
okay.
Yeah.
Are you friends with any of our patrons?
I don't know.
I wonder if any of you.
I might be. If anybody, I will put my Goodreads link. Or I'm sure my name is just. I don't know. I don't even know what my name is other. I'm sure you can find me, but if anybody wants to follow me, you can.
Okay.
All I do is put what books I'm reading. So
good.
Anyway, so the Female Persuasion, it's like this sweeping novel.
Sweeping.
That's the only. I don't know if that's the right word.
Like
but
sweeping as in romantic?
Over many years.
Oh, okay. That's different.
I don't know if that's the right word. It's just what I'm using.
No, it makes sense. I get it. Now I get it. Okay.
Okay. And it follows a few different characters, and mostly the main character is this young girl in college till she's like an adult. And so, I mean, and it's about, what's the word? I can't think of the word. Female issues.
Yeah.
What's that called? Feminism. It's about feminism.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I was, you weren't thinking that?
Yeah, that makes sense though, too.
Okay, all right. That's what it's about, basically. Yeah. So, I mean, it was an interesting story. Okay. It was good. It wasn't like my favorite book I've ever read, but I was into it. Nice. Yeah. So, let's see. I liked that. So, I'm going to try more fiction on audio.
Yeah.
I'm going to give that a try.
And then just make yourself get started and then
make myself get started, just like iReading.
But then it's still okay to stop if it's not.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Okay, and I just read for the first time The Color Purple by Alice Walker.
Awesome.
Because I listened to those Oprah masterclass with Oprah, and she was talking about The Color Purple, and I was like, I've never read that. I should probably read it. I loved it so much. It was so good, which I should have known because it's won so many awards, and you know, it's a lot of people's favorite. So I loved it.
Oh.
Now I'm gonna need to watch the movie, but I'm sure the movie's gonna disappoint somewhat. But
you know what you need to do?
What?
I went to go see The Color Purple on Broadway.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a couple years ago, Sean and I went for our anniversary to New York.
Was it here? Oh, to New York. Okay.
City, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You are probably gonna need to go take that trip.
Really? Was it good?
It was unbelievable. It was. I can't even tell you. It was so amazing.
Wow.
It was so amazing.
Was it okay? So, what was your overall feeling like? Was it sad or was it hopeful?
I felt like it was. I mean, it was both. I felt like it was mostly hopeful. Okay. I would say.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that way about the book too.
Yeah.
I just heard people say the movie is kind of sad.
So okay.
It makes you feel sad.
Oh.
I wonder how it would be like either a theater or the movie because the writing is so good that for me makes the book.
Well, yeah. Yep, for sure. Well, also, Oprah was, I think Oprah, I don't know, produced it? Not produced. I don't know.
She was involved.
She was involved in the Broadway play too, creating that. So
I'm sure it was good.
Oh my gosh.
It was really good.
If I could go back just for that.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was so good.
Okay, that is so good to know.
Yeah, and I wonder if it'll travel sometime. It might be. There might be a traveling one.
Maybe. We sometimes get good stuff like that here,
I know.
So. Yeah, so that was really good. It was free on Kindle.
Oh,
I don't know why
my
it was
gosh.
free, but it was. So I just
Well,
was like, I
sometimes
need
the
to read this.
classics, like the really, really,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And that might be why.
yeah. Awesome.
But
Ooh, that's good.
I loved it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm not into the classics, really. I'm typically not, and I had to like let that go
Yeah.
a few years ago. I just don't enjoy
It's
them as
okay.
much. So, but this one was really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Then and then I'm re-listening to Bossy Pants
Ugh,
by Tina Fey.
smart.
Why
Wise
haven't I
choice.
re-listened to this?
I know.
And,
It's so good.
And I listened to it in 2011. It was the first audiobook I got, like, right when it first came out. And so I've had it. And I was just wanting something funny. And I was like, oh, I'll try this again. It is so
It's
funny.
the best.
I mean,
I feel like it's the best one of those like comedian memoirs.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
best.
For sure. I mean, I am laughing out loud pretty much the whole way I'm listening.
I know. Can you think of one story that you really liked?
Oh, yeah. HRW.
Oh my
Handsome Robert Wool. Remember we read that? We read it when the book came out. We read those parts together.
I laughed so hard.
Oh my gosh. Which I had to Google who that was. I didn't even know who he was, but she even says in the audiobook, I'll let you go figure out who that is.
Oh.
Come back. Then you can come back.
Who was it?
Robert Wool. He's like somebody famous.
Oh, okay.
But not that handsome. So this guy she's
Just like
talking
the
about.
handsome Robert Wool. Okay. That makes it even funnier. I didn't even know that part of it.
Yeah, so for those of you who haven't listened, she is talking about this story in college of this guy who she kind of had a crush on, but he really wasn't that into her. But he looked like a handsome Robert Wool. So then for the whole story, she just calls him HRW. And then he invites her to climb Old Rag Mountain in the middle of the night. It's just so funny.
And then doesn't he say like as they're at the they're at the top of the mountain, and then he's like, I'm kind of into this other girl.
Yeah. And
I cannot tell you. I feel like that's happened to me a handful
so
of
many
times.
Because he had just brought her up there 2 days earlier with a picnic that he had prepared. And then he said this with a slight chuckle. He offered her a piece of Trident gum, and she only wanted a half because it was too much for her.
So funny.
Anyway,
Okay.
So if you haven't listened, you should definitely listen to Bossy Pants. I am gonna listen more than once.
Tina Fey is the best.